Hello, hello. So we're talking about aspects in astrology, right? I did a whole series on Mercury aspecting the different planets in the natal chart. But what are aspects? How do we interpret them? Why do we look at them in a natal chart? Aspects are the geometric relationship between planets. It is the angular distance between the degree of one planet and that of another. Aspects help to determine how planetary energies flow, and they help link two planetary energies together. So you may have a chart with somebody that has their moon aspecting their Venus, where you might have another chart where this person does not have any aspects to the moon or any aspects to Venus. So when we see the aspect, we know that these two energies are working together. However, linking two different celestial bodies together can alter how the planetary energies function. Depending on the aspect, this can either emphasize the ease and the benefits of the two planets or the conflicts and the need to restructure one's expression. Aspects form when the angle or the number of degrees between the planets on the wheel are significant, right? So getting into it. If you have a planet that is of a sign that has the same element, you're typically going to see a conjunction or a trine there. So right off the top of the head, Pisces. If you have Sun in Pisces, Moon in Pisces, there might be a conjunction there, depending on the degrees of the two planets, right? Some astrologers will count up to an orb of 7 degrees. Some astrologers will count up to an orb of only 3 degrees. So it's important that, you just learn for yourself and you're able to see different, depending on which websites you use and how you pull up your natal chart, it's going to give you different aspects. So it's just up to you and how you study. If we have two planets of the same sign that have the same quality, there's typically going to be a square or a conjunction there. So right off the top of the head, Capricorn and Aries. Capricorn is cardinal, Aries is cardinal, that's the quality. However, they create a square because they are 3 signs apart, and I'm going to explain that. But then you can have Aries and Aries where they're both cardinal signs and they form a conjunction. So same element, conjunction or trine, same quality, square or conjunction. Oppositions occur between opposite signs. And so now when we look at a chart and we're looking at the angles, right? A 0-degree angle is typically going to be conjunction, same sign. If you see two planets in the same sign, really close to each other, more than likely there's a conjunction there, right? Sextiles form a 60-degree angle, right? So sextiles are going to be 2 signs apart. So an example of that would be Aries and Aquarius, right? Aries is the first sign, Aquarius is the 11th sign. If you're looking at the wheel and you're counting 11, 12, 1, it's 2 signs away, right? So now we have a 90-degree angle in the chart that represents a square. Those are going to be 3 signs apart. So again, Aries and Capricorn, or an easier one, Sagittarius and Pisces. Sagittarius is the 9th sign, Pisces is the 12th sign, 9 plus 3 equals 12. And a 120-degree angle will form a trine. So those are 4 signs apart, and they're always going to be in the same element. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio can form a trine to one another. Aries, Sag, Leo can form a trine to one another because they're always going to be 4 signs away. And last but not least, the oppositions. Oppositions occur between opposite signs. So if you know your astrology, Gemini is opposite Sagittarius. So that's the 3rd sign and the 9th sign. Oppositions are always going to be 6 signs apart. They form a 180-degree angle to one another. So getting into what are aspects, what do they mean? Now we know how to look at them, read them. We can map them out from an angular distance, but what do they mean, right? Conjunctions help to merge planetary energies. If the planets are harmonious, you'll have a better outcome. Moon conjunct Venus is going to create a way better outcome than Moon conjunct Uranus or Moon conjunct Saturn, right? And it all depends on the sign, the element, other aspects in the chart. So don't think just because you see this that you're winning or you're losing. You know, it depends on the entire chart, right? Sextiles traditionally bring ease. The sextiles in the chart are going to be comfortable relationship between planetary energies. They know how to work well together. Depending on the planets there, they might give you a little bit of drive and push to accomplish your goals and do the things that you need to get done, right? Squares, on the other hand, squares are an aspect that denotes tension. The planets are at odds and the planets disagree with one another. So they're butting heads, they're fighting. One wants to go this way, the other one wants to go this way. They have to learn how to come together and to just settle that energy down so that the person with the squares in the chart can do what they got to do to move on. You know, squares can paralyze you. Squares can bring so much tension and conflict that it's hard for you to communicate with others or relate to other people. So it's important that you learn your chart, your aspects, and you start to work with the energies that were given to you. Trines bring potential. Trines are always positive to see in a natal chart. However, they can make an individual passive or lazy. The sextile gives a gift, an opportunity, right? Sextiles are positive. Trines are positive. Conjunctions can be positive. It just depends on the planets there. Squares are what people determine as negative. But again, it just depends on you, your chart, and how you work with the energy. Trines are really positive in a natal chart. However, they can make a person lazy, whereas sextile will give you a gift and an opportunity. A trine is like you naturally have the gift, the talent, and you feel like you don't have to work for the opportunity. You feel like you don't have to put yourself out there. It can make somebody very passive. They're extremely harmonious. It can be beneficial and provide a lot of strengths, but you just have to, it's like an ego thing a little bit, but it's also like, you know, sometimes you accomplish something in a past life or you know something so good, so well, that you feel like you just don't have to work at it. So all my people with heavy trines, it's still time to get to work, you know. It's what we're here on Earth for. Last but not least, we have the oppositions. Oppositions are opposite one another. This aspect brings a need for balance. They're on two opposite ends. So you have to learn conflict resolution here, learn how to balance the energies, make them harmonious. I have Moon opposite Mars in my chart, you know? So sometimes I have to learn how to temper my emotions with how I feel, like my drive, my desire, my moods. I have to learn how to just balance them out so that I still get things done. So this was my video talking about the aspects. Let me know what you think and what you want to see next.